I hear you guys are boycotting African braiding shops and African establishments altogether starting August 1st. And my only question is, where the fuck in the Bible does it say you have to wait till August 1st to do that shit? Start today. Why are you waiting until August 1st? Oh, right. You want to give yourself some time to go to those African braiding shops to get your hair done to carry you through your boycott? Because we all know you're not going to last more than 3 weeks anyway. Because y'all can never stand on shit. Anybody in New York is participating in this boycott and has an appointment at this shop right here, please go ahead and cancel it. Because I'm trying to get my hair done this weekend and they ain't got no appointments. So it always will give dumb. It always will give the educational system failed y'all. If you went to one braiding shop and had one bad experience, that does not equal you boycott a continent, which Africa is, by the way. You want to boycott that person in their salon, that's your business. I don't give not one fuck what they did to you. You don't come on here and perpetuate bullshit against a group of people. Oh, and the special cases that are like, call ICE on them, that will teach them. Sweetheart. Every African person knows which airport code to use if they have to book a flight. Me, I'm ACC. I'm going to Accra every day. If your president said he was deporting everybody, and I'll call Delta and say, hey, give me 3 Delta One tickets. Drop me off in Accra, one way. And my driver will be waiting for me on a tarmac. Where are you going to go? What airport code are you going to use? Right. Right, you don't know. My friends can come. My homies can ride. My best friends from college, everybody who knows me knows. I take people back all the time. Come with me. You can stay with me. But you, where you going, dummy? You don't even know.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. And for those that aren't, hopefully everything gets better. Listen, if you're doing good, make sure you're putting it in the comments so we can give you praise and all the things. And if you're not doing good, put it in the comments too so we can, send some good vibes your way. But listen, I'm not going to do too much long talking, so that's me lying. See how that works? I had to come up here and do this video, and I typically don't release videos so close together, but I felt the need to do this because the video that would have come out on Wednesday, so that means that this video will probably come out the same day or the day after, only because of my filming schedule. Those videos are usually pre-recorded, but this, while I was editing the video for Wednesday, I came across a issue that I'm sure you guys saw in the title about the African braiding boycott. Y'all say I put a clip at the very beginning, and if I'm being honest, you know that my channel, what I do here is I bring to light a lot of the things that's going on, and that's from the perspective of a service provider that provides basically a convenience, or what y'all want to consider a luxury or whatever. I still consider it a convenience based on my price. Ain't luxury prices, child, but at the same time, I come from that place, and I also come from the place of being a Black provider. Black American, not so much because my family isn't even from here, but at the same time, I live in America. Let's be real. So when it comes to the thing of boycotting, listen, like when did it get this far? Mind you, if you remember all my videos, the topics range, right? Braiding is one of the hottest topics, and braiding is where there's the most foul and malicious behavior when it comes to just the things. And it's not just the African braiding shops, it's everywhere. Now, do a lot of the things happen in African braiding shops? Yes. And I think a lot of it has to do with communication and the fact that they're providing quantity versus quality, right? They're getting you in, they're getting you out. And some of these people are overworked, right? So like anywhere, if you go to McDonald's and they have worked long shifts, you're going to have attitudes and you're going to have all the issues. So I can't say that I agree with boycotting a continent or even group of people based on bad service. And I do have the video that kind of sparked it from my understanding, because I ended up in the rabbit hole per usual. And I just... So it's a series of videos that led to, apparently this one person had a very bad experience, and I believe it was the owner, but people have bad experiences all the time. And in the video that I'm going to say today, right? The video that I'm going to release on Wednesday, today, whatever. It does there's a lot of African braiding shops in that video. Now, I don't know if it's because people expect it, so they pull out their cameras to, record the happenings of the African salons. I don't know. All I know is that, I don't even know how to explain it. It happens a lot. It happens a lot, not just in African shops. It happens everywhere. But I think when you have a whole group of like 20 to 30 clients and customers, something is bound to go wrong at any moment. It don't matter where you are, especially when they're women. Oh yeah, it's going to go down. So all that to say, to boycott a whole group of people, and they're talking about restaurants and all the things that are African. How? How are we going to do that? Especially when, I'm not the most educated person when it comes to where things come from, but the last I checked and the last I knew is that most things when it came to Black services, especially braids, came from Africa. So what, we just boycott braids in general? And like that young lady said, I can guarantee you, y'all ain't gonna really boycott for real, because y'all can't even boycott Target, because Target ain't lost that one car, at least in my area. And the people that's coming out the cars are of all races and genders and all the things. So I don't know how that's going to work. But at the same time, to boycott a group of people based on the fact that you had one bad experience, and then the person that's calling for the boycott didn't even take the time to sit down and point out specifics or anything. They called the boycott from their bedroom, in the bed. So I can't even take you serious. And the people that are taking it serious, it's because social media is like, it's that, what is it called? It's called like that mob mentality, right? So they've gotten all the people together and yeah, let's go. I just watched a series on Netflix where the people was up here raiding Area 51 based on a post that somebody made in their basement in their mama house. Like, really? So is this where we're going? So we're boycotting based on the fact that somebody in their bed decided that we needed to. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but I did a lot of rambling. I know I said I wasn't. I'm going to let us watch the video all the way through, and I'm going to stop right before the video where one of the salon owners, she comes out and she posts an apology for all the people. I don't know if I would have did that, but it is what it is. Let me know how you feel about this. I mean, it's not just African braid shops, and it's not just African anything. It's all the things, and I can't say that I can see myself boycotting anything, any one thing for any specific reason other than something that affects me, whether it be culturally and just all the things, but not Africans. not the Africans. Like, so now it's Black Americans against Africans. Is that what we're doing? Where do I fall in if I'm not Black, African, or American? Who am I supposed to boycott? Not that I want to, but anyway, let's get into these videos. Make sure you're commenting, sharing, liking, and all things. And let's have a serious conversation. How do you feel about the boycotting? Do you feel like we should be boycotting people based on the fact that you had one bad service? Should we be taking food out of people's mouths based on the fact that one group of people at a specific place did something? Let's get into video. So this is the video that started it. I don't even know what they're arguing about.
She was here before you, like everybody. She just did me. And now you want to for everybody. You're just the only one. Since you're sitting here, you can talk like you know what? Let's go talk like adults. I don't have time to talk. Okay, well, I don't know what to say to you. I'm trying to handle it like.
Wow. Yeah.
Girl, I'm not asking you. I'm not a girl. I'm not a girl. You took her hair. But now you're asking more and more and more. And I already gave you a discount because you have been asking that. I brought my own hair. That's not my fault. She's for 6 years old. That's ours. I don't have no problem with the situation.
And I know I said I wasn't going to say nothing, but I just have to interject right here. That is a case of somebody that is clearly frustrated. I don't know if she had a problem at home. I don't know what's going on. And that's not the client. I'm talking about the person who's the owner, because she getting pissed off at this lady saying that she want a discount. The lady saying, I want a discount based on the fact that I brought my own hair. That's what I'm saying. And she's saying, let's go speak as adults outside. She wasn't trying to hear that. Now to carry on like that, that is not a cultural thing. I don't think that's a respect, unprofessional. Those are the situations that is. So I don't know that would allow me to boycott a whole generation of culture, continent, a group of people based on that. Would I boycott her place? Probably I would, because you ain't gonna talk to me any which way. And that lady said she been going there 9 years. 9 years. I don't care what you got going on. I'm gonna pull you aside and tell you as a service provider that, look, yada, 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 not in front of the clients. And then it's being recorded. And now she yelling at everybody, so now everybody feels a little. So how many customers she, and like I said, at the end, I think it's her that posted an apology. So let's get into the videos. I'm not gonna say much. I'll probably be talking throughout the videos, but I'm not gonna stop it again. I promise. Not until it's time for the apology video, right? Okay. And also, I'm just gonna put this piece in here right quick. So the next video is a video that called for the boycott. Okay, so that's it. That's it.
How we should control the fast when we the one who bought it.
Black Americans, come here. Come here. This is a message for y'all, especially my Black American women. Come here. Listen. I think it's time for us to show how strong and how powerful the Black American dollar is, since they don't believe us. I think it's time to boycott the braiding shops.
She's not even taking herself serious.
That's what I think it's time to do. It's time to boycott the braiding shops. Stop going. We know how to braid. Let's braid our own hair. Support our own small businesses. Stop going to the braid shops. Teach them how to have respect, because they
So it's us against us.
Black American power, Black American dollar. They need us. We don't need them. Remember that. Do I wish there could be unity in a community? Absolutely. But that ain't gonna happen until they give us our respect, and they've never done it. So all that. Boycott time. No more African braid shops. It's time to boycott the African braid shops. Stop going. Let's show them how powerful our Black American dollar is, since they think we can't control this narrative. Since they think we got everything, well, let's show them how much we really got. Black American power.
Like you got a personal issue.
Saying it. Like, follow, share, comment below. What you think?
That's probably the last thing I'm gonna say about the African braiding boycott situation, because honestly I think it's dumb, and I'm just tired of diaspora wars in general. Folks said that they boycott African braiding salons, which, might I add, Africa has many countries, so maybe specify which countries you're trying to boycott.
I know that's right.
I digress. If you're gonna boycott African braiding salons, make sure you boycott everything that has to do with Africa, because at this point it's like, if the purpose is to get back at Africans, then do the whole thing. Do the whole shebang. Just boycott everything. Meaning, don't go to the African braiding shops, but also make sure you wear your natural hair, because the hairstyle you're probably going to do on your own, or that you're going to go to somebody else to get done, is probably from Africa. Stop listening to most of your music, because it is probably by an African, has an African, featured on it. And matter of fact, just boycott everything, because civilization started in Africa. So if you want to get back at the Africans,
went all the way down.
You're going to be getting back at yourself, because, yeah, you're an American descendant of slaves, but those slaves came from Africa. So, and remember that xenophobia doesn't stop us from dealing with racism, which all of us deal with, whether you're African, Black American, African American, first generation, second generation, Afro-Latino,
True.
Caribbean. If you're brown, you're going to deal with racism. So trying to be xenophobic and I guess assert some sort of power or dominance doesn't really affect the people who are at the top, which is white people. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if your name is LaShawn or Kelechi. If you're brown, you're probably still going to get your head smashed into the floor anyway. So, the xenophobia, it's okay, but, we got bigger shit to deal with.
So, enlighten me. What are we boycotting the Africans for?
Please let me know. Quickly. Because I'm confused. What we should be boycotting is the stylists that don't include a wash services. That tell you to come washed and blow dried with the hair already done. They want you to come to the appointment.
I'm in agreement.
That's what we should be boycotting. We should be boycotting the people that get mad when you want to come to your appointment 15 to 20 minutes early so you can be on time in the chair.
That's what we should be boycotting.
Yeah. That's what we should be boycotting. I mean, I don't have a problem with going to the Africans. When I get there, there's 4 to 5 people on my head. I don't see an issue with that. What are we talking about here? Huh? No. What we should be boycotting is the stylists that are money hungry and do squeeze-ins. You're already overly booked. What are you doing a squeeze-in for? And then by the time I get in your chair, you all cranky and hangry and mad that I actually made it to my appointment on time. That's what we should be boycotting. I fear we're missing the plot here. The lights is on, but nobody's home. I'm not boycotting none of them. What? What's going on?
Let's make this short, simple, and to the point. Because I'm in work clothes. I don't look like myself right now. But they don't know who I am in my job. So I'll be on some low-key shit. Let's get into it. When they said boycott Target, I was right there with them. Target, I'm with you. When you said boycott Essence, because you're taking everything from me, I said, okay. When a bitch told me to boycott a Jamaican or an African braider, and I'm walking around with these boneless braids I done did myself, y'all hoes is on your mother own. That's out. Let's be very clear. I am that one black American that will never, when I say never, I'd rather have a conversation with my African brothers and sisters. You know what? Y'all treating us mean. I don't like it. We need to have a conversation between us both. Of both sides, black Americans and Africans, and then the African Americans and everybody else. We need a conversation to sit down and talk to each other on how to handle each other. Us trying to stop black businesses from other black people, don't matter where the black person is from, because you feel a certain type of way and you're letting social media rule how you really think about a whole country. You have to understand one thing, and I'm saying this to all of y'all. Don't come telling me how the next shit ain't right when your shit not right. And black Americans, I'm talking to you, and Africans, the people in Africa, I'm talking to you. And you African
She said gather all of them.
How you telling me that somebody did something, so you turn around and do something worse, trying to tell me how bad the other person is? Well, it looks to me that you're willing to go lower than them. So how the are they bad if you doing just as worse than them? Don't come telling me when somebody else did something else when you over here doing even worse. Now, do I agree with that blackout and all that? No, I'm not with it. If I see an African sister or one of my brothers, they're still my brothers and sisters. We can fight. We can infight all we want to. Then white folks better not get into it. But to hear you black people who was out here apologizing to Neon, try to say that y'all gonna stop supporting Africans, or you telling us when the I can't listen to you. You apologized to somebody that talked about Kai mama, and Kai went back and apologized. I don't listen to y'all niggas. Now, if you real, you gonna stand up. You gonna have that conversation with them. You're not gonna be no busters and try to stop nobody money, and they look just like you. You ain't no better than that oppressor that y'all keep telling me that y'all got a problem with. That's so bad. How is he so bad when you doing the oppressor's job? They don't even have to do the Africans bad. Y'all doing it for them. If the Africans felt that way, it should have been conversations had. Big facts. The f wrong with y'all? Get it together.
Respectfully, and most importantly, personally, I will not be boycotting all African businesses. I will not be participating in that boycott. I personally do not see the sense in it. And let me tell you why. All right, so when the situation first hit my timeline, it first hit my For You page, I needed all the details. I needed to figure out what exactly is going on. Why is there being a massive notification being pushed out to boycott all African businesses? Like, what's tea? And then after actually doing the research and figuring out what was going on, you mean to tell me that one customer, a black woman, right, just so happened to receive bad customer service from a service provider who was a hair braider that is of African descent, right? And now decided, because of that personal experience, that she was going to basically ignite in a mass nationwide boycott of all African businesses. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to any of you guys? In all honesty, one isolated situation, one isolated event that I'm not saying is not uncommon. We've all dealt with very money hungry service providers that do not care about quality. They do not care about customer service. We've all been there before, but you just don't go back to that particular person.
Amen.
You don't give money to that particular person. But to now enlist an entire boycott of all African businesses, do you know how many mouths you're going to be stopping from being able to get fed? Do you know how many bills you're going to now be helping pile up? A lot of small business owners, all because of one incident where you didn't feel respected by this particular service provider. And now you want us to basically boycott all service providers from this continent, because it's not a country, it's a continent. You want us all to boycott every business that just so happens to be in connection to the continent of Africa. That makes sense? Because if that was the case, when that Chinese American shot and killed that black girl, accusing her of stealing, and she wasn't stealing, there wouldn't be as many Asian businesses flourishing in America if y'all were all on that type of timing. If all it took was one isolated incident, right, for there to be a mass boycotting, Asians should not be the leading or the leaders in beauty store supply chains and whatnot. They shouldn't be number one. They shouldn't have as many nail shops. You understand? Do you know how many times I've actually gone online and booked to get my hair done by a black American stylist and was so underwhelmed by the quality of customer service? When I'm talking about rude, y'all want deposits. We give the deposits. You guys complain about it too. So it's not a thing about ethnicity or nationality. It's just there are some shitty service providers out there that are literally just doing it for a check, and we know that. I would have been all for it if you stated, and I'm talking specifically to that customer who started this all, if you wanted to be like, do not come to this particular location, don't go there, they're X, Y, and Z. Yeah, go ahead, boycott them, because if they don't care about their customer service, they shouldn't be in customer service fields. They shouldn't be over here providing services if they fail in that area. You understand? But for you to take one isolated situation and now compare it to everybody else, that don't make no sense to me. And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Especially when I'm not, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna just call it out how it is. We're not doing that to the others. And y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all not giving that same energy right now to the others. So let's not do it within our own diaspora, okay? You received bad quality service from one individual. You don't go back to that individual. You do not try to elicit a nationwide boycott on everybody of one certain ethnicity, because you're now affecting a lot of the homes of those, like, for what? That don't make no sense. Off of one person? I'm sorry, miss me with that.
And if you think for 1 second that I'm going back to suggesting myself to Hey Boo Text the day of my appointment and paying $200 for 6 braids, you're out of your fucking mind. And if you think I'm finna give up jollof rice and goosey soup, you've lost your marbles, okay? And if you think I'm going back to partying where there's no one dancing, everybody just standing around, and there's no Afro beats, there's no Amapiano, you see this? My badge of honor, okay? I am an Amapiano warrior. I'm not going back. So who's boycotting Africans? Who? And I need y'all Africans, please, y'all just making the situation worse because y'all responded to it. Like, stop gassing it up. It's like nobody wants the diaspora wars to end. Like, when is it gonna be like, okay, enough is enough, right? It feel like our kids are gonna be still participating in diaspora wars when we're long gone, and that is a shame. Like, what is the real issue for real? But enough is enough. Please stop making videos on this topic. Let it die down. Like, everybody stop on both sides. Thank you.
Some of y'all about to be offended by this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Y'all really pick and choose who and what y'all want to boycott, and it's actually really weird. Like, I can kind of understand the Target situation, but now I'm starting to hear people are boycotting African braid shops.
They are boycotting.
Now, some of these hair salons don't really be doing what they need to do. I get it. That's some hair salons, but at the same time, it's black braiding shops that be doing the same thing. Mind you, it's so many businesses in our communities that are completely against us. I still be seeing some of y'all shop at Lululemon, and apparently the person who made it don't even like black people. Mind you, y'all have yet to boycott McDonald's, and they have been targeting the black community for decades. All that high cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure from McDonald's food, and y'all still eat there? Like, I don't get that. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that everything needs to be boycotted. I'm actually saying the opposite. If y'all are going to boycott places, make it make sense. And then don't pick and choose what's servicing the black community correctly or not, when y'all shop at other places that are just doing a complete bigger disservice to the black community and are blatant about it. I'm honestly starting to believe that some of y'all are just falling into a mass hysteria of what happens on social media and are not really digging in deep and doing a deep dive as to why you should be boycotting these places. And it's starting to feel like some of y'all don't really have your own opinion on the reason why these places should be boycotted.
Anyway, I came here because I heard that we was canceling African breeders, and I am saying, hell no. That's right. I think the fuck not. Why would we do such a thing? Listen to me. I just came from my African breeder, Ivory Coast to be exact. And look, my hair is butt length. Hair included, $200. 5 hours I spent there, and I got there late. She didn't charge me any late fee.
So you got a good one, child.
So can we wrap this up quickly? I think I know where this whole cancel African breeders came from, but I don't want my profile to be flagged, so I'll just let that slide. But we're not doing that, because people have done worse, and y'all did not cancel them. If somebody don't give you good service, find somebody else.
Simple.
That's the power that you have with your money. But we're not going to cancel a whole continent for that, because there's some damn good breeders out there, okay? And I have one. So if you guys need her number, you guys can inbox me. Get your hair done, hair included. Only if you want boho, then you have to walk with the curls. As per normal, everybody does that, or they charge you for it. But yes, but we're not canceling nobody. What the fuck? We need to learn to stick together. Black people is the only race that have a problem with each other. Why? We can talk about it and come to a consensus. Agree to disagree. We don't have to cancel a whole culture for that. All right? So y'all cut it out.
Okay, y'all. So we're going to get into the video with the ladies posting an apology. I actually thought it was a skit, but apparently it's a true apology based on her business. And I guess she said she's speaking out for all the people. So let's hear what she has to say. Tell me how you feel about this. I really think that she didn't have to do all this, because it just leaves her open for situations. I understand where she's going with it, but let's watch and see how y'all feel about it.
No matter what happens on August 1st, we wanted to come to our platform and say something that nobody else has said. We would like you guys to know that.
I'm sorry. What's up, nieces? This is Nadine. This is not one of those usual videos where Brandy and I make for commercial purposes. This is one of those videos that I had to make with a heart full of sadness. I know that you have seen videos and videos about the drama happening in African shops where our client get disrespected, insulted, humiliated, and it has been the top one topic going on TikTok. I took my time. I watched it, and I'm here today because deep inside me, my whole soul want to say, I'm sorry. I am truly sorry, and I'm the voice of those that could not reach you guys because I know our platform is very rich, and I hope that you guys should share this video to express how sorry we, the Africans, we, the immigrants, we are, because I do understand we have done so much wrong. Maybe some people before me, I want to join you in the fight, but not like that. I want us to change. This is a wake-up call for all Africans, immigrants in America. We're brothers. Respect is mutual, because at the end of the day, I don't think Americans hate us. They want that unity. They want to see that in real life. I have done so much community work because it's my way of expressing how you guys are supporting us for the past years. Sometimes words are not expressing what you feel. My actions speak louder than my words. And I have tried to do it for years. Those that follow me understand how much I value my clients. Today, I don't live for myself. I live for others. So on behalf of every business out there, a braiding shop, a grocery store, a tailor store, the Nadines today are saying we are deeply sorry for everything, and we are taking note, and we will show you the change because it's going to start now, not on the 1st. I don't want to wait till August 1st. And everyone that listens to this message, you should be grateful for being in a land that they welcomed you. And the least we could do is to express our gratitude by being respectful to each other. God help us. God help us.
Well, that's it, y'all. That's it, and that's all. I don't think that music helped, but I understand what she was doing. But honestly, as a Black business owner, it's a lot behind us, period. And a lot of that we perpetuate on ourselves. Like, it's our fault, right? So it's not specifically the Africans. I think it's business owners in general. Like I said, the African shops happen to have a massive amount of people. They're really close in proximity as far as braiding hair. They are tired. That's a long day. Let me tell you, if you have ever done 2 heads in one day, like I used to do back in the day, you are tired by the end of the day. So the last little thing or whatever will tick you off. So I think it's more of a conversation that needs to be had. We've done enough of these videos. We've seen enough of these videos to see that, there is definitely a problem. Now, is it specific to Africans? No, because it's everybody. Like that one girl said, who want another Hey Boo text? And a lot of times we put ourselves in a situation where we make it seem like it's okay. And I will tell you that based on culture, sometimes the way people talk to each other is a cultural thing. And I can say that based on, I'm just speaking for me. I'm just speaking for my family and those type of things. Because I'm telling you, my family taught us some type of ways. And you just be looking at them like, this has to be borderline abuse. So, there's a cultural difference, and sometimes we have to take into account that. And I'm not excusing any attitudes or anything that has happened in any of these videos that we have all sat down here together and watched. I can't get behind the boycotting of a continent of people or a group of people based on the fact that somebody has had a bad experience or a couple of people have had a bad experience. Because if we go back through all my videos, that means we got to boycott everybody. Everybody got to get it. So I just don't feel right in doing that. I think conversations need to be had. Now, apparently this boycott is supposed to be starting on August the 1st. So I was like, let me get this video out, because I don't even know if anybody really has heard about it. But what I will say is that social media has done a good job of pushing out negativity. It has. I do these videos, and a lot of times it's just to ask the question and to bring to light things so that, us as providers and you as clients can see both sides of the things. And, you know, if we know better, we do better. But when I went on TikTok to do, like I said, something else completely different, I was working on that other video. It just kept popping up. And I was like, what is this? So it leads you there. And then social media tries to make things go viral, and it's not always the best things. So this right here should not have gone viral. It should have been a conversation. Maybe that business should have been boycotted. Maybe, I don't know. Or, you know, don't go here, don't go there. But to say all Africans, nah, I can't do it, because y'all need a list. Y'all need a list, because I might be on the list. Y'all don't know if I'm African, you know what I mean? But I don't know. That's it, and that's all, y'all. I wanted to bring it to your attention. I just felt like I needed to just say something about it, because I don't necessarily agree with it. I don't know if maybe I just don't have all the details, but I just personally don't feel like I can do it. It takes a lot to boycott a thing. And when we're talking about boycotting, we need to be boycotting. There's a lot of things going on right now. People ain't getting full Medicare, Social Security. People getting picked up by ICE for no reason. It's all type of stuff that's happening right now outside. So for me to boycott a braid shop when I don't even get braids, or boycott a restaurant just because Africans own it, no, I'm gonna have to pass on this one, y'all. That's it, and that's all, y'all. Make sure you're commenting, sharing, liking all the things, and let's get into the comments and talk about it. I do my best to try to be in the comments. Like I said, you know, I'm in and out, but I do see the comments, and we have such a good community where everybody's in there chit-chatting and talking. So if y'all don't see me in there, I'm in there, y'all. I'm in there. But I will try to comment on these videos, at least this video, because, but yeah, guys, until the next video. Bye.